Welcome to Meditation Monday. I'm Tanya Penny. And today I want to know, is your perfectionist in the house? So, great topic for me because I often deal with the perfectionist and the perfectionism. And today I chose the topic because I found myself falling into it again with actually trying to find a topic, the topic for today's meditation. So I was, having lots of ideas, lots of thoughts, and usually I come upon something pretty fast and say, yep, that's it for today. Well, not so today. I probably spent a good hour and a half ruminating and obsessing over what I was going to talk about for today, right? So all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, I'm starting to get anxious, overwhelmed, frustrated, a little irritated. Hey, I think that the voice in the head is telling me I got to do this perfect. I've got to pick the perfect topic today. So there you have it. Bingo, perfectionism. So let's talk a little bit about perfectionism. So a lot of people think that perfectionism is bad, right? And in some cases it is, when it gets out of balance or when it controls us. But perfectionism also has some very good qualities to it. When I'm in my perfectionism mode, I can get quite a few things done and really create quality type services and products for my clients. And so it's not all bad. Really, the key is to finding that balance, right? To being in control of it, not in control of you, and using it when you need it. So I also want to talk a little bit about the other side of perfectionism. Often we see the perfectionist as someone who is always overdoing things until they're perfect. They have to be a certain way. But also procrastination and paralysis can be another symptom of perfectionism. So, if we are telling ourselves we've got to do it perfect, a lot of times that will freeze us or put us into paralysis, and we'll procrastinating doing anything for fear of it not being good enough, right? So perfectionism, not good enough, those two really go hand in hand. So, what we want to do then is become aware of the perfectionist. That's the first thing we want to do, is listen for the voice in the head. And how do we know when we've fallen into perfectionism? So a lot of us aren't really in tune to our thoughts or the voice in the head yet. So kind of a red flag of when, or red flags of when you have fallen into perfectionism. Like I mentioned before, do you feel anxious? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you find that you're obsessing and either about a thought, or you keep taking an action over and over again to get it just so? Maybe you're feeling short of breath. I often feel short of breath when I've fallen into that, oh, gotta do it perfect. Also, another sign or symptom can be depression or fatigue or feeling very unmotivated. Perfectionism can also throw us into that, that flip side as well. So that's kind of the key, is first to become aware of it, right? And we can do that through our feelings in our body and our emotions. They can help be flags as to, oh, wait a minute, that's going on. What am I telling myself? What is the voice in the head telling me? So that would kind of be the second part of it, right? Is to really listen and find out what the voice in the head is saying. Is it saying I have to do everything perfectly? I've got to be perfect. Hey, perfect time of year too, the holidays. Perfectionism really flares up, right? I've got to find the perfect gifts, make the perfect meal, decorate perfectly, throw the perfect party. So those are all things that the voice in the head might be saying. So when you find what that is, put it into a sentence and then acknowledge it. Say, hey, perfectionism, I hear what you're saying. You're saying that I need to do things perfectly. I need to find the perfect gift. And call it out, and not in a like gonna beat you up type of way, but in a really like, hey, use some humor with it even, right? And then on the the next step really then is to move into finding an opposite thought to that perfectionistic thought. So it might be something as simple as, now we don't have to do this perfectly, or I don't have to be perfect. Whatever gifts I find are from my heart. They don't have to be perfect. I'm always doing good enough. I'm always doing my best. So coming up with an opposite thought, a sentence, and then begin to say that to that part of you, that perfectionistic part, and really talk to it and give it back that opposite feedback. So that's one little exercise that you can start doing with yourself when you know that you've fallen into perfectionism. So if you're interested in finding out more, not only about perfectionism, but other topics that I talk about in therapeutic meditation, please join me at revivewithtenergy.com. And today there will be a therapeutic meditation on perfectionism, where you can get deeper into working with this, healing it, and finding balance in it, so that you have the control versus the perfectionism. And so you can really use it when you need it and when you want to use it. So if you like the information that I've shared today, I would love for you to comment below, and please do share with friends. Thanks for joining me at Meditation Monday. I'm Tanya Penny.